Well, a new book on Elon Musk reveals an unusual conversation between Tesla's founder and Apple's CEO, Tim Cook. The phone call between the two reportedly revolves around a discussion to sell Tesla to Apple. For more on the specifics of that, let's bring in Yahoo Finance's Dan Howley. And Dan, we should mention that both sides have said this conversation never really happened, but we have heard Elon Musk sort of express interest in potential tie-up with Apple in the past.
That's right, Akiko. This is from the book Power Play, Tesla, Elon Musk, and the Bet of the Century. It's by the Wall Street Journal's Tim Higgins. And essentially what he says is he more or less corroborates to a degree a phone call that Elon Musk says, or an attempt to reach out that Elon Musk says happened. He was looking to sell Tesla to Apple during kind of the nightmare days of the buildup of the Model 3 in 2016. And he said last year in a tweet that he tried to reach out, but Apple denied, taking the call. Now, Tim Higgins is reporting, though, that a call did actually take place between Elon Musk and Apple's Tim Cook. During that call, Elon Musk reportedly said he wanted to be CEO. Cook thought he meant of Tesla. Fine, you can stay CEO of Tesla. Apple would own it. But Musk reportedly meant of Apple, to which Tim Cook had some choice words and then hung up the phone. So both sides have said that this hasn't happened. But, Elon Musk does say that he tried to reach out. And at that point, we have a reply from Elon Musk saying, Cook and I never spoke or have never spoken or written to each other ever. There was a point where I requested to meet with Cook to talk about Apple buying Tesla. There were no conditions of acquisition proposed whatsoever. He refused to meet. Tesla's worth about 6% of today's value. Now, this isn't the only thing that Elon Musk was tweeting about with regards to Apple. He also opined on the back and forth about Apple's App Store fees. He essentially said that it's a universal internet tax and that Epic is right in its fight against Apple. Epic is suing Apple in a civil suit, a civil antitrust suit, with regards to the App Store fees. That's the 30% that's charged every time someone purchases an app to an app developer. So this obviously not going to mend any fences, I would assume, between Apple and Elon Musk. And they do have this kind of bizarre relationship where they're both kind of talked about in the same circles with the growth potential and, the kind of leaders in their respective fields. But Elon Musk seems to want to talk more about Apple than Apple wants to talk more about Tesla.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's probably the case and probably will be the case for a while. Apple's got their own things to worry about here and focus in on, mainly that App Store battle that continues with Epic Games. But I do wonder, Howley, in your opinion, when you've been following these tech companies for quite some time, what you think about maybe what it could mean if more and more tech companies, I mean, we just had the earnings from Facebook, Snapchat last week and the week prior talking about the issues around the App Store changes, or rather, the iOS changes there in tracking some of their users. And I wonder what it would mean if Musk and the others start to gang up on Tim Cook, if they all kind of focus some of the energy on that company, whether the pressure would just begin to mount so much so that maybe the App Store fees do need to change.
Well, we're seeing that already to a degree, right? Microsoft has jumped on board with Epic Games. Spotify has already kind of voiced its concern for some time. You have all these different companies that are kind of coming forward that are app developers saying that they don't want to pay that 30% fee. It's also worth noting that Google has the exact same setup for their app stores. And really what it comes down to, I think, is video games. Those are the disproportionate money makers on different app stores, especially for iOS. And those are the ones that are kind of complaining the most here. And when you look at Microsoft's issue with Apple, it's related to the ability for them to run their cloud gaming service on an iOS device with a native app. Apple's not allowing them to do that, so Microsoft is fighting back. I don't necessarily think that that's going to change the fees. Apple is essentially holds the keys to the kingdom, and people who purchase apps buy them more on iOS. So anybody that wants to make money in the app ecosystem is going to make sure that they're available on iOS and play by Apple's rules to a degree. I think the only thing that would change that is maybe the outcome of this Epic Apple suit, which we're expecting by the end of the summer, or some kind of other antitrust action against Apple. But as I said, this is something that is still ongoing. There's investigations by state attorneys general, the DOJ, and then there's also conversations with the European Union going on there with regards to antitrust actions against Apple. So it's still very much in flux. We don't know exactly when the other shoe will drop, if it ever will.
Yeah, a lot of headwinds there for Apple. We're going to be watching that one closely. Dan Howley, thanks so much for that.